If you've spent any time in the peptide world, you've probably heard people talk about BPC-157 like it's some kind of healing cheat code. People use it for tendon injuries, muscle tears, joint pain, surgery recovery, gut health, inflammation, and overall recovery. But what actually is BPC-157? How does it work inside of your body? And why has it become one of the most talked about peptides in bodybuilding, recovery, and biohacking? That's exactly what we're breaking down in this video. And if you're into peptides, bodybuilding, fat loss, performance optimization, make sure you subscribe and click the bell so you don't miss future videos. And as a quick disclaimer before we get started, I'm not a doctor. This video is for educational and research purposes only. This is not medical advice. Let's get into it. What is BPC-157? And BPC-157 stands for Body Protection Compound 157. It's a synthetic peptide derived from a protective compound naturally found in your stomach. And that's super important because your body already has systems designed to repair and protect tissue. BPC-157 works with a lot of those same healing and recovery pathways. It's made up of 15 amino acids and belongs to a category called peptides. Think of peptides as like signaling molecules. They help tell your body what to do. Now, unlike something like testosterone or growth hormone, BPC-157 doesn't work by massively changing hormone levels. Instead, it helps support tissue repair, blood flow, collagen production, inflammation control, and recovery signaling. That's why most people look into BPC-157 as a recovery peptide versus something like muscle building. How does BPC-157 actually work? One of the biggest things BPC-157 does is help improve blood flow to damaged tissue. Very important because injured tissue usually heals poorly when circulation is low, and tendons and ligaments already heal slower than muscle tissue because they naturally get less blood supply. So when blood flow improves, your body can deliver more oxygen, nutrients, repair factors, and healing signals into those injured areas. That creates a much better environment for recovery. BPC-157 is also associated with something called angiogenesis. That's just a scientific term for creating new blood vessels. More blood vessels means better circulation. Better circulation means better recovery potential. It also helps support collagen production, and collagen is a very huge part of your tendons and your ligaments, your joints, connective tissue, and your skin structure. BPC-157 helps regulate inflammation too. And inflammation itself isn't bad. You actually need inflammation to heal. The problem is when inflammation stays elevated too long and keeps tissue irritated. BPC-157 helps your body manage those healing responses more efficiently. What are people using BPC-157 for? The first thing is going to be tendons and ligament injuries. This is probably the biggest reason people use BPC-157. Things like rotator cuff injuries, elbow pain, Achilles problems, patellar tendonitis, pec tears, knee pain, and muscle strains are all common reasons people start looking into BPC-157. A lot of people notice recovery improves when BPC-157 is combined with proper rehab and intelligent training. You do some mobility work, you have good sleep, hydration, and your nutrition is point. And that's important to understand because BPC-157 isn't some magic wand or healing compound that's a cheat code. If you're training through your injuries, if you're ignoring your recovery, a peptide isn't going to save you. But when your recovery is already dialed in, BPC-157 can help support the process. The second thing it's used for is muscle recovery and training recovery. A lot of bodybuilders and athletes use BPC-157 because hard training beats your body up over time. Heavy lifting, repetitive movements, intense cardio, combat sports, eventually things start to feel worn down. You have shoulder aches, your elbow hurts, knees get cranky, recovery slows down, and some people are going to say when they use BPC-157, they have less soreness, they have better recovery, improved quality training, and they just have overall less nagging aches while using BPC-157. The third thing is gut health. This is one of the most underrated areas of BPC-157. And remember, this peptide originally came from protective compounds associated with the stomach. A lot of people use the oral BPC-157 for gut inflammation, bloating, digestion issues, if you have stomach irritation, or just general GI support, especially after you have a lot of stress or alcohol use, if you've been dieting hard, if you've been using PED cycles. Your gut affects you way more than your digestion. It's literally your second brain. It's going to impact your inflammation, your nutrition absorption, your immune function, recovery, energy levels. When your gut feels terrible, you usually feel terrible overall. All right, so let's jump into injectable versus oral BPC-157. And this is one of the biggest debates around BPC-157. Let's talk about injectable first. Injectable is the most common version for injuries, connective tissue repair, tendon healing, and muscle recovery. Most people are going to inject this subcutaneously. Now, one myth online is that you have to inject directly in the injury. You don't necessarily have to. I do when I do it, but a lot of people are still going to notice the benefits from regular subcutaneous injections. You literally have 60,000 miles of blood vessels traveling in your body. BPC-157 is going to figure out where to go. All right, the oral BPC-157. It has become really popular for gut health and convenience. A lot of people prefer it because there's no injections, it's easier to use, and many people are going to report GI-related benefits, and that's the reason that they use it. That said, for injury recovery specifically, I would recommend the injectable version. All right, let's talk about dosing and common protocols. And again, quick disclaimer, this is educational content only, not medical advice, but most people commonly research BPC-157 around 250 micrograms to 500 micrograms once or twice daily. I just recovered from a pec tear and I was using it all the way up to 1 milligram per day, but I also had an injury. But typically 500 micrograms is where I land. Some people run even lower doses. Others increase it way up, just like I did. It just depends on where you're at in your recovery. Common protocol lengths are going to be 4 weeks, 6 weeks, 8 weeks, possibly longer. I wouldn't run this forever because you don't want your receptors to desensitize, but run it in cycles, 8 to 12 weeks max. Consistency matters more than trying to mega dose this stuff. All right, so let's talk about reconstitution basics. BPC-157 commonly comes in 5 milligram vials or 10 milligram vials. Most people reconstitute with 1 milliliter, 2 milliliters, or 3 milliliters of bacteriostatic water. That's backwater. A simple example, if you add 2 milliliters of backwater into a 5 milligram vial, now you have 200 micrograms per 0.1 ml on the insulin syringe. That's 10 units will be 250 micrograms. 20 units will be 500 micrograms. A lot of people overcomplicate reconstitution. Once you understand the math, it's actually pretty simple. And so the next thing that we're going to talk about is side effects, because everything has side effects, right? Well, BPC-157 is generally reported as well tolerated by many people, but side effects can happen. And I'm talking about things like nausea, headaches, dizziness, fatigue, flushing, and with any peptide, injection site irritation. Some people do notice slightly feeling off or more tired or occasionally anxious. I've never noticed that or talked with anybody that has, but I've read comments online that have reported that. Everybody responds differently, and long-term human research is still limited, and that's important to understand. And so let's talk about stacking. And BPC-157 and TB500 is one of the most popular combinations for recovery, and it's actually called the Wolverine stack. This combination is really popular in bodybuilding, powerlifting, combat sports, athletes, or just in general if you have surgery or a nagging injury. The idea behind the stack is pretty simple. BPC-157 helps support localized healing, your blood flow, inflammation control, and tissue repair, while TB500 is often associated with broader systemic recovery, flexibility, mobility, and recovery support throughout the whole body. BPC is more localized, TB500 is more systemic. Does BPC-157 actually work? And this is the question that everybody wants answered, and the honest answer is yeah. A lot of people swear by it. You know, the anecdotal feedback around BPC-157 is very strong. At the same time, though, human research in clinical settings is still limited compared to traditional medications. A lot of the current data that we talk about comes from animal studies, mechanistic data, and just anecdotal user reports. That doesn't mean that it's totally useless, but it also doesn't mean you should just expect miracles overnight. The people who usually get the best results are combining it, like I said before and earlier in the video: rehab, recovery work, sleep, hydration, smart nutrition, smart training, and consistency. And this is going to be my personal take on BPC-157. Personally, I think BPC-157 is one of the most craziest recovery peptides out there right now. Not because it's really magic, but because recovery is one of the biggest limiting factors in performance, longevity, and just overall physique progress. If your recovery improves, your training usually improves too. But peptides should support a strong foundation, not replace one. The basics are going to still matter. Personally, I keep BPC-157 in my cabinet like I would Tylenol or ibuprofen. If you got value from this video, make sure you hit the like button, subscribe, and click the bell so you don't miss future videos. And if there's another peptide you want me to break down next, drop it in the comments below. I'll see you on the next one.